Hi, I'm Margaret, and these are my Gooey chocolate fruit bars. Now to the ingredients. This is what you'll need for the recipe. The chocolate can be either milk or plain, that's completely up to you. The butter I always forget to take out of the fridge before I start, so I tend to cut it into really thin slithers, and that way it gets to room temperature a little bit more quickly. Oh, and when you're cutting the cherries, cut some in half, but leave some whole, because it's always nice to come across a whole cherry when you bite into one of these cakes. Now to preparing the tins. You will need to at least grease these tins. You can use either coconut oil, as I am here, or you can use butter. I also like to add baking paper, and that really helps, as I say, to get them out of the tins. There's a bit of a trick here to putting the paper into the tins to make it fit well. I tend to cut squares a little bit bigger than the tin and place them on top and cut into towards the tin so that the cut stops when it reaches the bottom of the tin. And then if you push the paper into the tin, it should almost fit. It's not exact, and don't worry about that if yours doesn't quite fit, because the mixture, once it's in, will hold the paper in place. It's also important to lightly grease the baking paper, just to be safe. To melt the chocolate, pop it into the microwave for 30 seconds, then take it out and give it a stir, and keep popping it back into the microwave 10 seconds, then stir, 10 seconds stir, until no lumps are left. When the chocolate is melted, you can spread it over the base of each of the tins, making sure you get well into the corners. Then pop the tins into the fridge for just a little while so that the chocolate becomes very cold and set. Next, add the butter into the caster sugar. It should now be nicely at room temperature, and cream the butter and sugar together. You can use a wooden spoon for this. It does take longer. I always use a mixer because it's so much easier. Make sure it's well mixed together, and you'll soon find, if you keep on mixing, that it will start to come together and you can smooth it quite easily with a wooden spoon. Next, add the 2 eggs to the mixture and incorporate these. I tend to use a wooden spoon first just to break up the creamy eggs and butter, and that makes it much easier to use the electric whisk. Again, give it a really good mix so that the ingredients all come together. Next, add the semolina and the desiccated coconut. These will need to be folded into the mixture. You need to just make sure that every piece of coconut is covered with mixture. Don't overmix at this stage. Do the same with the cherries and the sultanas. Just make sure that they're completely covered in the mixture. Now you're ready to pop the mixture on top of the cold chocolate. Just make sure that the amount is even. And once you've done this, you can smooth the tops out, but don't worry too much about it being too smooth because it will settle in the oven once the mixture melts. You can then pop them into the oven on a middle shelf at gas mark 4, 160 degrees centigrade for 30 to 35 minutes. Keep an eye on them. Make sure they're looking lovely and golden brown on top, and then leave them to cool completely in the tins. Once they are cold, pop them out of the tins and cut them into slices. I hope you enjoy making the recipe. Catch you next week.